Yo, welcome back, mates. In my previous video, I had just mentioned the fact that pro boxers do not make great boxing trainers or coaches. Is it quite possible that Roy Jones Jr. and all that dancing and fancy footwork he tried to get Mr. Eubank Jr. to do might have had an effect on that first fight? I don't know. Possible. Worth a thought, though. I actually thought this rematch would be a bit more competitive, but it turned out to be a one-sided beating. Maybe Smith got lucky the first fight. Another thought right there. Eubank Jr. came out cautious, but found his groove before the end of the second round. Smith was too relaxed and did not start like a guy that had previously KO'd Eubank Jr. There are times in rematches when the fight starts off where the previous one ended. Eubank sent Smith to the canvas in the fourth round via his uppercuts. But the way the fight was going, you could tell it was only a matter of time before Smith would go down anyway, but I didn't expect it so early in the game, like in the fourth round. Eubank Jr. found his long lost uppercuts and set out to abuse it against Smith, that's for certain. Eubank uses of his combos had a great effect on Smith. It either kept him at bay or pushed him back greatly. Smith, on the other hand, barely throwing any punches, maybe a bit gun-shy or not wanting to get caught with that Eubank Jr. uppercut again. Who knows? Smith looked like the outfit he wore may have been too heavy and made his legs weak during the ring walk. Heck, or maybe his coach might have spiked his water with muscle relaxers because he sure looked a bit too relaxed in the ring. Smith, he did have maybe one or two moments, but not nothing worth talking about as far as I'm concerned. Fifth round, Eubank Jr. came out aggressive and banged Smith on the ropes for a great period of time, with Smith basically in survivor mode. Smith looked like he was waiting for the perfect time to land a KO punch, and that's all he was interested in. But that opportunity never came, so he just patiently waited while Eubank Jr. stayed busy. As the fight moved on, Eubank started focusing on Smith's body. Smith still with high guard and not doing much. Eubank Jr. remained the busier of the two, racking up the points. Eubank Jr.'s jab seemed to be finding the target with great ease, and so did his uppercuts, popping Smith's head back up frequently. At the beginning of the eighth round, I had Eubank Jr. winning every round greatly. And keeping in mind that fourth was a 10-8, he pretty much had it wrapped up at this point. Only thing might ruin it for him would be him getting a bit too relaxed or lazy, or just getting caught slipping, but it didn't. It was business as usual for Eubank Jr. As far as Smith, desperation punches, if any, and that's all he had. I believe the ninth round was an extremely decisive round for Eubank Jr. Smith had nothing to offer but himself as a punching bag. 10th round, Eubank Jr. decides enough is enough, and he goes into termination mode and lets his hands go, sending Smith to the canvas twice before the referee, most likely, had seen enough and pulled the plug on Smith, halting the fight. Overall, this is a very great performance by Mr. Eubank Jr., and he needed this win very, very bad. If he had lost again, who knows, his career would have just tanked and went downhill greatly. So he saved his career, and he can look forward now with a great performance in this rematch. I'd still like to see that Conor Benn fight. I think it's more doable now, and if Mr. Benn can keep himself clean, we might be able to see another great performance by Eubank Jr., quite possibly. Who knows? Anyway, that's all I have for you. Catch you next time. I'm out.